Hello and welcome back to Kino-Plays, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Let's go. Is this going to be a man or a woman this time? Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there? Oh! Okay, it's Father Anderson here to kill some motherfucking vampires. What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. So you're saying he's hot? Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you. Oh, oh, sorry I'm late, Uji. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Uji? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy? Busy smizzy, Uji, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Uji? Seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who the fuck are you? Ha! So you're right, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little weird giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the District Chief of Police? Chief of Police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Seriously? Name's Grant. Damon Grant. Name's Gant, sorry. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honour today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's really... Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. A little worthy scar, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? This is what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Oh, gee, Tomo, would you look at that? Doesn't that tag look familiar? SL9. I wonder where I've seen that before. Someone answer that fucking phone, because I goddamn called it. Chief? What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth. How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Wow, did 3 buzzies just turn up all at once? This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favour first. Yeah? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honour? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yeah, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Why the fuck would that stop you pointing it? Come on, just hurry up and open it. And this is not me controlling the cursor, otherwise I would be moving much faster. Now that's interesting. What's this stuff on it? Also, what are you willing to bet, Tomo, that this is the knife she cut her hand with? Not Edgeworth's knife. Which also brings to question, again, why would she have not brought her own knife to a murder she had planned? And yeah, those look like fingerprints, maybe. Ooh, with a broken blade, no less. Ah, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip's broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. Okay. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. Well, before you do that, Edgeworth, I'm gonna fucking examine this. See if we can find anything useful yet. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6. Maybe it's a case number. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. Well, I suppose some people needed that kind of a pointer to say, look at the thing that's actually upside down, but... Oh. I really thought I'd be able to examine the blood, but then again, it's not like we can test the blood here. And we don't yet have a fingerprint testing kit to be able to do anything with the prints, I guess. Okay. And I can't actually do anything with this. Well, that's helpful. I guess we have to wait until it comes up within the case then. Because I can't just turn this upside down like it obviously is. Yes, Tomo, it really, really is annoying that I have to wait until things come up when the game wants them to, even though I'm like 5 fucking steps ahead of it at least. It's so frustrating. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure. Sure thing, no problem. Not even a little one. Really? God damn, he's a smug motherfucker. And he really does remind me of Anderson from, oh god, what's it called? Hellsing Ultimate. He is just going to go psycho with all these knives at any moment. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. So, just like the previous case then, this entire murder is a setup to get people to re-examine a past case. Well, that gives a big old notice of motive to Angel and the Marshal, doesn't it? Huh. There was a murder at the police department. A detective. That's hush information, Uji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Alleged to have been killed at that time. Order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright. 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well, however. Keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay, I'm going to press him for a bit, but we've already seen that there's a point where he says that unless you can prove it's connected, and that'll be where I present that note, I guess. See if we can get some more information before we do that, though. Oh crap, I didn't actually read that out. Just wait for it to appear on my preview. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Writer, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped up in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Objection! Booyah. Wait a second. Ah, at last! An honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? An honest-to-goodness what do you mean from Uji. This is great! Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s. 12 divided by 2. No, Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up, but turn it around and what do you get? Oh, aha! Yes, Judge, you finally caught up with we, the people playing the game and watching the game, the people who noticed this the moment we got it, what, 2-3 hours ago? God damn, this game not letting me adjust things when I see them. Fuck! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that was written on the knife's tag. Order. Well, Chief. Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, writer. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? That's what he just fucking said, yes. Yeah, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder? And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Something happened at the police department too? Huh. You got a good look in your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No, I understand. You were busy. What with Lorna's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess! On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot? Another detective was killed at the police department? Okay. Well, maybe that's what the intro cinematic was all about then, Tomo. 2 murders happening at the same time on the same day. Now, does their parking lot look similar or not? That'll be interesting to see when we investigate it. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Oji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Oh, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, writer. Huh. There's somehow, I really don't know how, but somehow this is going to tie in with the murder at the police precinct. I mean, we've got a handprint there, we've got smudged paint on his eyebrow, and a broken bit on his head. There's definitely going to be a connection there. Hell, maybe weirdly someone set it up to be the murderer in the police, at one of the sites. You know, to sort of buy an alibi between the two or something. I mean, if it's got a very specific movement pattern, they could affix a knife to it to stab something. Obviously, they'd have already had to have tied him up and put him in position or some shit like that, but... But is that even that just too weird for this game? I mean, at this point, I don't really put anything past the game for what they could, for the kind of shit they could pull, but... Huh. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, writer? I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one! This kid's sharp! Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. Well, shit. Well, we already know where he... Well, how the victim was killed will have to be the question, because we already know where he was found and when he died. You've already told us those two. So, how was he killed? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? No, that's the interesting part. It was what we in the Force call a stabbing, with a knife. That knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's a spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. Seems like I'm going to have to press this bit a bit harder. Time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the same time. What are the chances? Huh. Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of the police. I can't just say anything I please, righto. You understand? Try to understand, righto. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together. I don't know if we've got anything that can tie the two together. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything that would tie them together, though, Truman. Huh. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. Two detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife? What was it doing there? Ah! The knife itself. If that's what was used to kill the other detective, how could it get from one location 30 minutes away to the other location if the murders happened at the same time? Yeah, it... Thank you, Emma. That was the clue we needed there. Huh. I'd better check this knife out. Oh, so now we're going to be able to... Wait, we've already checked the knife, though. Oh! Wait. Shit, I can't remember if he says... If he points out the... He goes on to say when it gets stolen, though, doesn't he? That's how we tie them together. So we press this one, and then we present evidence on the next one, I think. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Hang on, we've been through this one. Shit. We've just looped, haven't we? Balls. Alright. Okay, skip forward until he says about there being a connection. Oh, God. Okay, so that was the one. I thought him saying there was no connection was an actual piece of thing, so it's that specific line that I was just on then. Here we are. Oh, go the other way. Wait, what? Maybe I have to use the photograph then, not the knife. Because the knife should definitely be the connection there. Fine. Wait. But I don't have that photo. So if it's not the knife, then what the hell is it? Okay, I'm very confused now. I mean, that should have been enough to connect it. Because the knife was stolen on that day. Ah. Let's have another look at the knife, see if we can actually check anything new on it or not. If only we could check either the blood or the fingerprints. I don't know what I should be presenting here. Yeah, I'm lost here, Tomo. I mean, we've pressed for all of them, and I didn't see anything that I should use at any point. Crap. The ID was the detective's ID, which is how we found out who he was. Name and ID number are written here. Son Bruce Goodman ID number. And just here talking about the yabba-dab crap. And nothing useful on the back. I kind of think that this ID card is useful though, Tomo. Because maybe they could tie this to it, but I don't know. Like, was this ID card used to check out the knife or something? But I don't think we can use it that way. What about this? We've already presented this to connect it, but maybe we have to present this again to say that it is connected. No, wrong again. I'm not seeing what piece of evidence could be used for the contradictions here. Let's go through, let's press things again and see what was said, see if we can think of anything. Because I didn't see anything the first time through. Damn. Alright, so skip into the going through again bit. Alright. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice! Good show. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Yeah, I know, but I don't know what to press. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen? Why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lorna's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? The detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? See, the music change here makes this one feel like the important part. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Dodgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Yeah, you could. That could be a thing there, Tomo. Just pointing out that they're both detectives could be enough to connect to the two cases. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to keep pressing him on this part so that I can ask all three of the questions, not just the one that he hasn't already told us. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Okay. Ah! Shit! I'm an idiot! Yeah, I bet you have to press him for all three of the answers, because even though we were told what time and where, we weren't told where. We were told it was the police department, we weren't told it was in the police department's parking lot. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. Damn, he's still not telling us where the corpse was found, though. The evidence room? Wait a second. I have heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy, we just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we'll finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. So I was right to present the knife, I just presented it too soon. What? What? What the fuck am I missing here, Tomo? Are you seeing what I'm missing or not? What? But we just fucking linked it. We just directly linked it to the knife. What am I missing? Are you kidding me? I had to... Instead of presenting the evidence that connects it, I had to press him to connect it. Stop changing the rules! Chief, the defence's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen. From the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Yeah, and it also creates a massive contradiction. Because, according to the chief of police here, the murder in the evidence room occurred at 5:15, the same time as the other murder, involving this knife, apparently, since you're saying it's the same. Well, I suppose it technically hasn't made the exact connection that the knife was used, or that that's when it was stolen, because so far they're still saying the knife was stolen that day, earlier in that day, didn't they? They're just saying that the murder happened at the same time in the room that the knife was stolen from. I mean, it certainly sounds like they're saying that the knife was involved in the murder, or that was when it was stolen, but they're still skirting around it, I suppose. But still, if it happened at the same time, how the hell could it have gotten to the other murder site in that exhaust pipe at the same time as it was somewhere 30 minutes away? I think that's just me not understanding what they're trying to say. You two make a good pair. Took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim to the police at the police department. Tongue-tied. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim to the department, okay? Oh, you son of a bitch! Well, this one does... Just checking this again. Did this actually say his... Yeah, this did actually say his name, didn't it? Yeah, it says right there, Bruce Goodman. But what do you think the chances are that the person killed at the other department is also called Bruce Goodman? I mean, it's very fucking sus that he's withholding the name of the victim. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, case info's tricky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well. Guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Ooh! Give us this! Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name, after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... It's gonna match. 584-2189. No, God, I went too far. 584-2189. Fucking called it. Well, that's quite long. God damn it, the judge has a real hard-on for things involving being hard and long, doesn't he? And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8-2... I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department. You goddamn right it tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. I hate you so much, Phoenix. Every fucking fibre of my body makes me hate you. Meaning... It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Police department. The prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh ho. Is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney? Remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82... I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again? The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, right. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, righto. Sharp as a tack. So, he was killed at the police department, driven to the prosecutor's office, and there he was. Oh! Now, are they trying to show that she was being framed, that she also stole from them, or are they trying to frame Edgeworth by implying that the only possible way the victim's body could have gotten from one building to the other building was in his car? Whereas I think I have another answer here. I think the key piece of evidence is something that isn't even in evidence at the moment. It's that oil barrel that was tipped over. I think he was murdered over at the police department, stuffed in an oil barrel. The barrel was put in the back of the lunch lady's van. That was driven over here. And then they put that there. And then they moved that over to the other one. and knock it over when putting him into Edgeworth's car. But it still brings up the question of what exactly were they taking a photo of when they took the photo of Lana. I mean, there's no date on it. It could have been from any fucking day. They could have just splashed it with paint, with ketchup. You bitch! She even gave it away. When she was saying about how she thought that no one could misinterpret ketchup as blood, she wasn't actually talking about the muffler. She'd gotten blood on that jacket. Gotten ketchup on that jacket, taken a photograph of it, and people thought it was blood. You tricky little bitch! Oh, it's going to be interesting to find out how the hell we prove that, though. That's not going to be easy to prove. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Order. Chief, what does this mean? No, what I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honour, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait! I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight? The grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh! The news that he refused to listen to while we were there because he was dealing with Lana's case. Oh. Yeah, you weren't there for that part, Termo? Because that was when you got called away to help your dad. But this other officer, while we were talking to Edgeworth in his office, the Officer Meekins came to tell him about something. We didn't get a good idea of what it was he was telling him, because Edgeworth just told him off, really chewed him out, because I'm dealing with the murder case involving Lana here. I was very clear not to talk to me about anything else. Get out, was basically what he said. I can't remember the exact words, because it's been quite a few days now, but yeah, he chewed him out over that and refused to listen. So we didn't get told about this. Ooh. Yeah, this is Edgeworth's fault. Oops. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me... He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Fuck. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. Oh, now that is sauce. I mean, I was taking it as him just being young and inexperienced, but you're taking him as being mentally handicapped. Now, why would the police chief send someone with mental handicap to take such important evidence? It's almost like he wanted Edgeworth to dismiss him and ignore him. But no, surely the chief of police couldn't be setting up Edgeworth for failure? Oh no, that's so hard to believe. Yeah, that's not sus whatsoever, is it? In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then Oh, that is some stone cold bitch please right there. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy? What? Now what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, I don't know, Edgeworth didn't tell me. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Well, simple, dude. Because you didn't register it, he couldn't present it. Normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court? Fuck! The connection was just proven by Raito over there. Good job, Raito, my boy. Huh? Oh, I was just doing my job? No. No! Yeah, that is true, Tom. I mean, if it's just a delivery, sending the useless guy... Oh, Christ, my voice, what the fuck, my throat. Ow! Yeah, just sending the useless guy as the delivery boy does kind of make sense. But I do think he's trying to set up Edgeworth for failure. I think he really doesn't like Edgeworth. Oh, shit! I think this is revenge. I think that the chief of police is trying to get revenge on Edgeworth for us having put away the best prosecutor. I mean, even though Edgeworth was the one being framed, I think they're blaming him for Von Karma getting sent down. I think they want to see him suffer. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. Now you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumours? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologise for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth. Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honour. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Oof. Hang on, why does it make me do a save like that when it comes up on screen saying it's saving? Weird. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What the fuck is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 PM on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot in the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick ring glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. Okay then. Huh. Hang on, just a sec. Tomo, look at the A and the dot. The button for that conveyor belt. And the way the paint is and everything. And you've got that duct going over the top of it. You can't really... Yeah, damn it, the angle's not good enough. I suppose that little square right on the very edge of the photo could be the button. Damn. I was really hoping that we could see enough to point out that it's bullshit. Okay, let's have a look. Right, you've got the floor with weird little steps there. And you definitely can't see the tap. That barrel's right pressed up completely against the edge of that wall, though. So there'd be no way for the tap to be behind it. I'll have to wait until I can slide over to show it. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department's murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Not like proving that he was killed over there proves that she couldn't have killed him here, you fucking idiot. How are you supposed to be a forensics investigator? Besides, my sister would never do such a thing, I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. 100% agree, Tomo. God damn it. She really is a fucking retard girl. You are supposed to be smarter than this. Why do you keep on regressing and becoming dumb at specific moments? My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it. Not it at all. It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away anyway. Hehehe. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Ah, she has luminol. Because blood can't actually be washed away by water. I think you can get rid of it with bleach, but not water. Because you can still make it show up with luminol in the black light, even when it's been wiped clean. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Called it! Haha! Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, Luke, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Okay. But oh crap, no, never mind, because I can't even pause right now, so I have to keep going. I was about ready to wrap up, but until I can pause and do a save, we'll have to keep going. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this? Oh, like this, see? Press the A button to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Well, the obvious place to check is down here. That's not a lot of blood. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount. Definitely the amount. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. Now we can. So, we will see what else she has to say about this after the break next time on Kino-Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. New episodes upload daily to the YouTube channel, 9 PM UK time. Thank you for joining me, take care, and goodbye. Also, we should definitely spray some luminol in the boot of that car to see if the body was transported while bleeding. Which I'm certain it will have. Well, no, I think we won't find blood in the boot, but we will find blood in the barrel or in the van that Lunchbox Lady drives. I think the only place we won't find blood is Edgeworth's car. But we'll find that out next time. Take care, guys. Thank you for joining me. Take care, and goodbye.